Understanding the 7 stages of spiritual awakening. Welcome to the world of Awakening Soul, where each video is a journey into the depths of spirituality for personal transformation and healing, right here on YouTube. We often hear the terms spiritual awakening or waking up, but what do these really mean? In this video, we embark on a journey deep into the heart of spiritual awakening, a transformative process that reshapes not only how we experience ourselves, but also how we perceive the physical world around us. Spiritual awakening is an intensely personal and profound journey, marked by moments of deep questioning, introspection, uncertainty, and ultimately a rebirth of our consciousness. Speaking from my own personal experiences, as well as the insights I've gathered from others further along the path, I hope to offer clarity and comfort, especially if we feel alone on our journey, as I sometimes do. Spiritual awakening is not a linear or uniform journey. It is unique to each one of us. Because our journeys are unique, there are no definitive numbers of steps or stages one must go through to feel more alive, joyful, and at ease within our bodies and souls. However, there are common stages that those committed to their spiritual growth have experienced. In this video, we will explore these stages, so join me as we articulate these stages and remember that we are not alone. Let's get started. Stage 1. Questioning everything. Our journey often begins when the mundane aspects of daily life no longer satisfy us. We start to question our lives, our society, who we are, the purpose of existence, and why we do the things we do. We wonder if there is more to our experience of life. We desire deeper fulfillment in our lives and seek more profound meaning in our existence and our relationships with others. However, it is rare to find people who share these desires, especially if we're young or live in a community where deviating from the norm is discouraged. While the rest of the world seems perfectly content with living according to established structures and rules of society, our unfulfilled desire for deeper meaning, spurred by our tendency to wonder and question, is a crucial first step toward awakening. Stage 2. Experiencing a catalyst. With this inclination towards open-mindedness, most of us encounter extreme suffering of some sort, or a series of painful events that act as the catalyst for a major upheaval in our lives. This could involve experiencing severe depression, intense loneliness, the loss of a loved one, or a near-death experience. Often, through no fault of our own, our entire lives are flipped upside down, and we are so shaken up that we know that nothing will ever be the same. Any previously held notions about who we thought we were, how we thought our lives were supposed to unfold, what we thought we were supposed to do, how other people are supposed to behave, and how society is supposed to operate become challenged. And it's this shattering of our perceptions that forces us onto the path of awakening. Stage 3. Unraveling the self. As we confront these disappointments and peel away layers of who we thought we were and what we believed was important, such as money, success, status, and material things, our ego begins to unravel and weaken. The speed of this unraveling is influenced by various factors, including our openness to change, our willingness to look within, how deeply we are attached to our belief systems and self-concepts, and the severity of the catalysts we have experienced. At the start of this crucial third stage, that spiritual teachers often refer to as the dark night of the soul, we face a pivotal choice. Do we continue down this dark path, examining the totality of our lives, including uncomfortable truths such as whether we have been honest with ourselves, whether we are proud of how we have lived, and how we have treated others? After experiencing a major life-shattering catalyst, we all face this decision. Do we continue with things as they were and suppress our existential thoughts and feelings because they make us deeply uncomfortable and afraid or might ostracize us? And do we close ourselves off to ourselves and instead focus our attention on the external world, burying ourselves in work and numbing ourselves with things like entertainment, food, alcohol, sex, or other addictions? Or do we take the leap and dare to start completely over? This time from a much more authentic place. First by going deeper within ourselves and confronting what needs to be confronted, and then rebuilding from that place of authenticity. For those of us brave enough to meet ourselves, as we dive deeper within and change, we may feel ostracized by our loved ones and people in our communities, unless they too are on the spiritual path. It is crucial during this stage to remain committed to unraveling our false selves, seeing the parts of us that need to be seen, healing the parts of us that need to be healed, and discovering who we are beyond our learned behaviors, social programming, and coping mechanisms. Meeting ourselves will not be easy, and this part of the journey may take years, but we must trust the process of inner exploration and going within. Stage 4. Emergence and rebirth. As we emerge from our dark night of the soul, we will no longer recognize our old selves, because those selves, the egoic, illusionary selves, are no longer us, and a period of rebirth begins. We possess a much greater sense of self-awareness and a strength and resiliency that was previously unknown to us. This fourth stage becomes one of possibilities and, paradoxically, emptiness, where we stand like pioneers looking ahead to an empty field that is our lives, or like painters contemplating a blank canvas. It is during this stage that we begin to see ourselves and the world with greater clarity. Our spiritual growth has occurred, yet we may not always have the words to articulate or understand what we are feeling or experiencing. However, we know that we are no longer who we used to be. During this stage of emergence and rebirth, rest is crucial, especially after a dark night of the soul. If you find yourself in or around this stage, please remember to rest. Stage 5. Integration. The fifth stage of awakening is integration. This is when we take the lessons we've learned, listen to the deep knowing within our hearts, see reality much more clearly beyond its illusions, and feel deeply connected to all life and the universe, including our own inner life and universe. We feel lighter and more joyful. We respond to people and events in our lives rather than react. We are able to create space between who we truly are, which is the observer of our experiences, and see ourselves as humans having experiences, whether they be physical events, specific thoughts, or certain emotions. In this stage, we focus on just being and remaining present to life. Through spiritual practices we can adopt, such as meditation and yoga, we can practice mindfulness and foster union with our higher selves. Stage 6. Becoming. Stage 6 is about becoming who we truly are. We recognize that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, as eloquently stated by the Jesuit philosopher Pierre Teilhard de Chardin in the early 1900s. In this stage, we align ourselves with our soul's purpose as human beings, whatever that purpose might be. At the same time, we operate in a state of surrender to allow the universe to guide us and show us where we're meant to be, who we're meant to encounter, and what we're meant to experience. We operate in a state where we recognize the infinite nature of our beings and see that we are everywhere and in everything. We possess a deep sense of knowing our divinity, hold an immense amount of gratitude for all of life, and become embodiments of joy. Stage 7. Service to others. Because we are unafraid to look at the realities of our world, from the darkness to the light, we will feel called to help alleviate the massive amount of suffering in our world. This is Stage 7, a stage that I don't often hear talked about, whether it's through helping endangered animals, fighting for justice, alleviating poverty, supporting others through their own spiritual journeys, or a million other things we can do. We feel called to serve a cause much greater than ourselves. On a very deep level, we recognize that all souls are one, and that the pain of others can affect us too. We acknowledge that by turning a blind eye to any part of the world, we are ignoring a part of ourselves. Meanwhile, having progressed through the prior stages of the spiritual journey, we are able to hold space for both the joys and sufferings of this world, while within ourselves experiencing a state of joy and connectedness. At this stage, we are living authentically with compassion and naturally become a light and teacher for all those we encounter. If you take away one message from this video, let it be this. By embarking on your spiritual journey, you are also contributing to changing the world. You are transforming the world within yourself, which will then empower you to consciously serve others with humility, wisdom, kindness, and compassion. It was Mahatma Gandhi who said, "If you want to change the world, start with yourself." No matter what stage of the spiritual awakening journey you find yourself in, your presence on this planet is a powerful, vulnerable, and courageous step toward personal and collective transformation. Subscribe to Awakening Soul and join us as we continue to evolve on this spiritual path together. Thank you all. Be well and embrace your journey.